and there's blood everywhere. I'm like, how?
Niggas hate, but they bitches in love. Paint the Bentley all white like a dove. I took off, ain't the same as it was. Get her out, told her walk to the bus. I'm a super, can't tell when it cut. You can't tell me that she ain't a slut. Who take you fooling? We not new.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today is new. I got a new story time for you. And if you ain't finna watch, then what you got better to do? Today's story time is about my experience working at Six Flags. So if you don't know what Six Flags is, if you don't know what Six Flags is, it's an amusement park with like roller coasters and the water park, all that stuff. So I guess we're gonna go from the beginning to the end. So about 2 years ago, I had spent the summer with my grandma, and I came back, and I had just started talking to this boy. This is my ex-boyfriend, and you know, we wanted to see each other and stuff, but because we lived far, you know, we had to start giving gas money to people and all this other stuff. I'm like, okay, I gotta get a job. So I don't know how many other places I applied to, but I know one of the places was Six Flags. So I applied. Then I went to the interview. And I think one of the questions was what do you do about a customer that's complaining about the long lines? And I was like, oh, I'm gonna just suggest a flash pass. And so if you don't know what that is, it's like basically a pass to cut the line. And so that's what got me the job, because you could tell in his face, like, that's the answer I was looking for. Like, cause of course they want you to promote their stuff, you know what I'm saying? So now I got the job. So they tell me, you know, I go through all the paperwork, all that. So now they tell me, for you to get your whole uniform, it's like $50. So I'm like, dang, that's expensive. Like $50? What? So basically, I asked my mom to buy me a uniform, and then when I got paid, I paid her back the $50. And so, so I end up getting a uniform. I'm gonna show you a video of the uniform. And so when we was in the orientation, they was asking us like, what kind of job do we want? Yeah, I should have said like water park or something, because I don't know why I picked Kittyland. Like, Kittyland is the kids section. That's where all the kids go. And I don't know why I picked that, because it's like the hottest station. Everybody hate going there. And I'm like, why? It's kids. Like, it's too much. It's too much. So, and it's very open. Like, in my section, you can't really do nothing because it's so open, like everybody can see you. And like them big rides, like the Goliath and stuff, you all the way at the top, so you pretty much doing whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, you get away with like being on your phone and stuff because you put off somewhere. You're not like out in the open. So, I started working, and the first couple of days was fine, except for my breaks. So what happened was, I was working 12-hour shifts Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I only got 1 hour break. Now, some of y'all might be like, okay, hour break, that's not bad. The problem is, from the time they tell you go on break, the first thing you have to do is you have to go clock out. And then once you clock out, that starts your hour. But you have to walk all the way to the break section to actually have a break. You can't just walk around the park. You can't do that. So you got to get there. By the time you get there, it's already about 10-20 minutes from where I was. But if you all the way at the park, by the time you get there, it's going to be about 25-30 minutes. So, and you got to be back at your station before the hour is over. So if it takes you 25 minutes there and 25 minutes back, you don't have enough time to, relax. Especially if you're in the cafeteria and you gotta wait in line. So one day, I was thinking, I don't need no lunch. I'm just get lunch out of the cafeteria. I didn't know that you had to pay for lunch in the cafeteria. Like, why? I feel like food in the cafeteria should be free. Like, it should have like complimentary something. But no, you had to pay for everything. If I sound like this, because my nose stuff right now, I'm sorry. You had to pay for everything, so I started bringing sack lunches. And so, when it was break time, I would go to the locker room, and I would eat my sack lunch. I'd take my shoes off and just chill for my hour. I'm telling you, the hour was never as long as it sounded. I'm telling you, that hour felt like 10 minutes. I'm not even gonna lie. So, the next problem I had was the rides. So, I always had a problem with the meters thing because kids would come and I'd be like, oh, they not tall enough. And then, like, oh, you're too tall. And they'll be like, oh, so-and-so said they can get on last time. And I'm like, well, I don't know how because you're way up. You know what I'm saying? And it just didn't make no sense to me. So, I gotta put these chips down because I'm talking slow as ever. So basically, they came up and I'd be like, oh, you can't ride because you're too tall or you're too short. And they'd be like, oh, but so-and-so let me ride last time. Like, every time we come here or something, the parents will really be cussing you out because their child can't ride the ride. I'm like, it's like 6 other rides over here. Like, just pick another one. It's not that serious. Or they'll be tall enough and you get them on a ride, but they're a chubby kid or something like that, so you can't pull the thing down to tie them up. So they have to get up because it's a safety hazard. But parents don't want to hear that. They push it down. But if you have to use your strength to push it down, then no, because it could break and it could pop up. And then you're going to be looking at me stupid, talking about why I let your kid ride this ride. And I'm telling you that I cannot let your kid ride this ride because if something happened, then it's on Six Flags. And I don't want to be a part of it. But yeah, they like, the parents are the worst part of Kittyland. I promise you, they are the worst part. And the kids, like, they don't follow instructions. Like, there was this one, like, teacup water ride, and you have to sit down. Or it had to be a certain amount of number of people. You know what I'm saying? So, or let's say only 6 could be in there. But if it was a family of 7 and they had a little baby, basically we supposed to tell them, like, only 6 could be in there. Like, you can't sit them on the lap. They have to be on the seat. And they will basically just go back and forth with you, like, it's already hot outside. I've been out here for 11 hours on my feet. I don't feel like arguing with you. Like, I really don't. And I ain't got nothing to drink, nothing. Don't play with me today, cause I'm not in the mood. So I just like, look, you want me to get my manager because I don't have time to go back and forth with you. Like, that's how it was. Like, I'm not. So the parents was a problem, and the heat was definitely a problem. And I kind of feel like if you work there, you should be able, you know, to at least get free fountain drinks, free water, something like that. They give you buckets of water, but like the buckets are nasty. Like you don't want to drink no water out of that. And so I just feel like you should be able to get free food and water from the places around Six Flags, but you're not allowed to do that. And you know, if you visit Six Flags on an off day, you get in free and you get discounted stuff. But if I'm working the whole weekend and I have school the whole week, when do I have time to visit? So it's really like no benefits at all. You know what I'm saying? So another thing was I was working at this car ride. And you really supposed to close the doors for the people, but the parents be getting in the way and closing the door. So it's this little girl, she was getting in the car and her mom closed the door and she slammed the door on her nail. And all I hear is screaming. So I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? So the lady come to me and there's blood everywhere. I'm like, how are you not paying attention? How, like the girl whole nail had fell off and it's just bloody. So basically they teach you when something like this happens, you have to call your supervisor. You have to call your supervisor and then they have to take them to first aid. So they I'm calling. My phone is just either my phone was not working or they was not picking up. But either way, I was not able to talk to nobody. And so I went to the next station beside me and I called them. And the phone just cracking up so we could barely hear. So I just said, you know, come to truck something. I forgot what it's called. Ace truck, Acme truck, something like that. And so they came over there. Finally, it's about 15 minutes after the situation happened. So the little girl just sitting there screaming and hollering. And so my manager finally come and they took the lady and her daughter to first aid, and then we had to close the ride down a little bit so they can clean up. And then we would start back the ride. So at the end of that day, they told me I have to go to first aid to write an incident report, basically saying that it wasn't our fault, so they won't get sued. And so I wrote the incident report. I told them everything that happened, and I went home. Like, that was it. And so it had to be in the next week or so, because I was only there. I got the job in July, and I quit at the end of August. Like, the job just wasn't for me. So the next week or so, I don't know how far it was after that, I'm working and it's hot. First, I left my water bottle at home, so I have nothing to drink, and I don't know where the water buckets are. So I'm thirsty. It's hot, and I'm standing right in the sun for about 10 hours at this point. And so I just passed out. I passed out. And they're like, I go to first aid, they give me water or whatever, and then I go back to work. They do not send me home because we already shorthanded. So I'm like, are you serious? So I keep on working that day, but at this point, I already know, like, I'm tired of working. I'm tired of working at this job. I hate this job. With a passion. So Six Flags has this thing called the point system. If you get over 60 points, they fire you. So you know, I hated the job so much and I kept calling out. So I think calling out is like 20 points. Or maybe 10 points because I called out a lot. So one day I get there and I already know I called out. So of course they're going to tell me to go to, what is it called? I don't know the name, but it's basically like the office. They're telling you to go to the office. And so they're like, you're over 45 points, so I need you to sign and stating that you're close to 60, and once you get to 60, you will be fired. And so I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm working, and then it's time for me to go on break. So now I'm finna clock out for break, and it's basically telling me on the phone like, you need to go to the office because your account is pending or something. You have points on your account, something like that. So I go in and she's like, why do you have 10 more points? And I'm like, I don't know. I haven't did anything. And it was for my nails. So I had some like light pink nails. One of them was light pink. One of them was white. One of them was glitter pink, and then it was like light pink, white, something like that. And basically she was saying like, you have too many colors, and you can't have glitter on your nails, like, and they can't be long, they gotta be short nails. But you know, I was happy that I was able to get my nails done, but like it was too much, so they have to be one color. And if you get glitter, it has to be like gel glitter, like they can't feel the glitter. And I'm like, dude, like, you acting like I'm gonna kill somebody because I got glitter on my nails. Like, what are you talking about? But I do understand them saying like they have to be short, because even though I had short nails, pressing the button for the ride was very hard. But I still managed. And then one time I had bright orange nails, and I was thinking they was gonna say something, but because my badge was orange, I think that's why they didn't say nothing, because it matched my uniform. They never say anything about my hair, but they was saying a lot of stuff about people's hair. Like if you had dreads, you had to cut it off or something. If you had like red braids or something like that, you cannot have that. You cannot have no color hair. Like they weren't going for that. Yeah, so they dress code. I hated their dress code. I didn't like the cafeteria. I didn't like the breaks. I didn't like staying in the sun. I didn't like the guests. So I get to about 55 points. And on this day, I was thinking about calling out, but I was like, no, I need my job. So I come into work. And they put me at the very beginning on this boat ride. Oh, another thing was, even after we closed, people was still like begging to get on the ride, and I'm like, no, like I'm finna go home. Like I've been here for 12 hours. I'm ready to go. Like it's 1-2 o'clock in the morning, and you begging me to get on this ride. Like, no, you need to go home. That's another thing I didn't like. So I was staying later than I was supposed to, because these people don't know how to go home. They don't know how to go home. So the last day I worked, I already had 55 points. And so, I went to work, and they put me on this boat ride. And it's basically like, no, it was like a Ferris wheel ride, but it was wagons, and like 4 people could get in it. And you know, it was all right. But what did I do? I don't know what I did. Oh, I think I was on my phone. I had checked my phone for something, and I was sitting down. So I was on the playground, and I was sitting down. because my feet was hurting. I've been there for 10 something hours on this concrete ground, and you telling me I can't kneel or nothing. And so I'm sitting on the thing like this, and my manager or my supervisor see me, and mind you, we like the same age. So I'm like, dude, like, get over yourself. Fuck you, check me out. Like, I have a problem with authority, especially if we the same age. Like, who are you to tell me what to do? So he come up to me and he like, so, what do you think I should do? And I'm like, I mean, do what you gotta do. Like, and he was like, what should your punishment be? At this point, I'm like, I mean, I really don't care. Do what you gotta do. If a write-up is what you gotta do, then do that. And he was like, all right, I'm gonna write you up. And so we have like a area meeting, and basically he was asking the whole team like, what should you do in that situation? And they all said write up. And he was basically, he ended up giving me a warning, but still I was mad at the fact that actually wasn't the last day I worked. That was the day before that I worked. So I'm already mad at this. And so the next day come. I'm sorry, y'all. It's crumbs right here because them chips I was eating. So the next day come, and now, see, yeah, I got it mixed up. So the day before, my last day, I was working on the playground area. Okay, the playground area really don't have rules, but they be tripping sometimes. So now I'm on the wagon like Ferris wheel ride. That was pretty cool, but for one, I was right in front of the area, so this is where all the sun is. There's no shade, no nothing. I ran out of water, but I had nowhere to fill it up, so I'm thirsty. The sun is beaming on my head. I had got my break super late, and so at this point, I'm ready to quit. My feet is killing me. Like I'm like, bro, fuck this. So, my shift in, and basically we closed late, but my shift ended at like 9. And so I'm telling him like, okay, what you finna do? Like, I gotta go home at 9 o'clock, you know. And he basically like, oh, we short staffed, so even if your shift say 9 o'clock, you gotta stay till 12. So I'm like, what the fuck? I've been here since 9 this morning. I'm not finna stay till 12 o'clock tonight. I already did 12 hours. I'm not finna do 3 more hours. What is your problem? So 9 o'clock came. Basically nobody was in my ride, so I was just standing there. I got my height stick. I took it over to the stand where we put all our equipment back up at. I got my book bag, I got my water bottle, and I clocked out, and I walked out, and I called my mother, and I was like, Mommy, come get me, because I'm done. I got in the car, and I'm just pissed. I'm pissed because I freaking hate this job. Like, I don't want to go back. I do not want to go. And I'm telling my mama, like, Mom, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. So I get home, and I just bawl out crying. I'm just texting my boyfriend, and I'm just telling him, like, I can't do this no more. I cannot do this no more. And he with me because he really don't want me to go back to that job. He like, I feel you. Don't go back. And so basically, I was telling my mama, like, I'm not going back. I'm not going back because the no call, no show is like 50 points. So I already knew they was going to fire me because now I'm in like 105 points. And so, or 95, something like that. But it was over 60. I know that. So I'm telling my stepdad and my mom, like, I do not want to go back. Like, I hate my job. I hate it so much. I hate this job. So I'm not going back. I quit. And so basically he was like, no, you can't just quit. You got to put your 2 weeks notice in. I do not want to do no more 2 weeks. I cannot last for 2 more weeks. I'm sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. And so he was like, all right, if you really don't want to go back, just call them and say you quit. So I called them. And I was like, I'm calling because I'm not coming back anymore. And she was like, okay. And that was the end of that. I quit because that You do not get the benefits that you think you do. Now, if your family loves Six Flags and all that, you have fun with that. But I hate Six Flags. I hate Six Flags with a passion. But yeah, that was the end of that story. I want you all to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're gonna subscribe, you might as well hit that bell. If you want a birthday shout out or any shout out, all you gotta do is cash out me $1 and tell me what you wanted to say. Yeah, that's the end of that story. One thing I would change, I would definitely change the area that I'm working in. Because had I picked another state, that's another thing. In Kittyland, you work by yourself. You operate the ride by yourself. You do everything by yourself. So in other rides, you're working with people. So you're talking with people. Like talking past the time. But I'm just standing there by myself all day just operating the ride. That gets boring. So that's another reason why I didn't like that job. But yeah, if one thing I could change, I would probably pick another ride. I'd probably pick the water park or something because it was too hot. I'd probably be a lifeguard because they get to wear the shorts and the sandals. Shit, I'll do that any day. One thing I learned, if you don't like something and you really know you don't like something from the get-go, just drop it. Just drop it. Because if you really don't like doing something, you just keep doing it, it's just going to get worse and worse and worse. It's never going to get better. I promise you it's not. But yeah, that was the end of that. It's been real, y'all. Peace.